You judge it right.
Okay. All right. I don't have some. All right. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, by my stopwatch, at exactly 25 minutes after the hour of 11 a.m., that is at exactly 11:25, Team Help Me will start. Team Help Me, your time will start at exactly 11:25. Take a deep breath if you wish to. Are you relaxed? Mary? Okay. Your time starts now.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Branson and I am representing Team Help Me. Last week, I reached out to a friend and I asked how she was doing. She sounded traumatized. Then I said, what happened? And she told me that she recently got adopted by One Chance people. And they collected everything she had. They collected her money, they stole everything from her, and she hasn't come out ever since then. That we discovered that the One Chance business, the One Chance and kidnapping business is about 2.57 billion business in the city of Abuja. And who are the people that face these issues? These are like the commuters that are within the age range of 16 to 80 with bad network issues. And as at from July 2024 to June 2025, we had about 4,722 cases of victims adopted and 762 casualties recorded based on numbers, based on data. We pulled out a survey within the space of 24 hours and we discovered 84% of our respondents said that getting help during an emergency situation is a major challenge, and 60% reported zero confidence in the response time for government. That brought about our solution. SafeTap is your first response in the case of an emergency. How do you do it? When in the case of an emergency, what you just do is tap your volume button 3 times and it sends an SOS response that is offline. Yes. So what's our unfair advantage? It's offline. It's an offline first solution. It's an offline first solution. It is proximity first. It does not require airtime and it requires zero cognitive need. What do I mean by zero cognitive need? It's this simple. In a case where you are in an emergency situation, all you just need to do is to pull out your phone. And just tap it 3 times. And it sends an SOS response. And before you know, help is located amongst your 5 people. Yes, sir. So how does it work? There's a trigger response. A trigger response that leads to an instant alert to your 5 respondents that have been saved already on your application. Then it leads to a response. Then it's also this. Then we have the backup data and help us for you. What's our visa adoption plan? Our visa adoption plan basically is to get people in the universities, that is from the B2C standpoint, we get people in the university to use our stuff. Then for the B2B standpoint, we are also looking at partnering with taxi unions to get these people to adopt our solution. So what? Yes. To adopt our solution, what we found out is people complain about data cost during our survey. So we thought of an alternative, which is the free SMS alert. So for our growth plan, we saw that within like 30 days, we can get about 1,000 users, and within 3 months, with proper strategy, we can get about 10,000 users, and in a year, we could get up to 50,000 users next time. So what's our business model? Our business model is very, very simple. A monthly safety insurance is being paid on a 1,500 naira basis in case of this emergency. You are just saving for your your health insurance. Then for the business standpoint, we are doing a B2B licensing where we sell our APIs to businesses like that is corporate securities, private security services, and businesses. Next slide. What does your 1 naira do for us? It's very simple. 40% of your money will be going into development and technology. 25% will be going into connectivity and infrastructure. 27% will be going into testing and user experience, and 8% will be going into growth and scaling. Now, my colleague here will be running a demo on these products for us to see. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So this is our platform. Initially, the QR code is there that everyone can just scan and they get to download the APK file for this so that they can follow the experience. So I guess we're just presenting this very quickly. So you could log in with your email and password, as you just did, or with your Google account, and okay, it's scanned. Yeah. But yeah, just go back to the flow. Just go back to the flow. And then, so this button here, tapping for help, is the same thing that gets activated when you tap the volume button 3 times. At the moment, tapping the button 3 times on my Android phone activates the camera to come up. So we are going to work with the accessibility of the phone to ensure that, okay, this tapping 3 times activates our solution. This, and then once that happens, what is happening at the moment is it's counting down to ensure to see, okay, are you safe or not? And once the countdown is open, this is happening in the background on the app. And once the countdown is up, it sends alerts to your friends that you've already registered, your family and friends that you've already registered on the platform that's taking the information about your whereabouts, which is with geolocation, and it has said, okay, something is wrong with me in this particular location, and sends that information to your friend. So once that has been sent to your friend, there's also a trigger for them to also reach out to security agencies or something on their own end, so that they can actually be able to communicate that, okay, this is something that's happening. I think that's all for the basic flow of the solution. There is other features there where you can check other things, but this is the solution that we come with. So what we did with this solution is, normally when you're in danger, the thing is you're all by yourself and you don't know who to call out to for help. This solution helps you extend the call for help to your friends and family, even without people noticing that you're actually reaching out to them. Thank you so much.
Questions. Are there any questions? We are open to your questions. All right. So we want you to test out. So please say that to the QR code.
Yeah, to
please just
check the experience.
Check your experience. Just scan this and you can test it right now.
Relate you to a landing page, receive solution, and then you'll see other features on the platform.
Please scan our QR code. We are open to questions. Thank you. Alright, we forgot to have one or two. In the case of an emergency, we have it sends this trigger response to the people that have been saved on the app that is 500-meter radius. We came up with a solution that it sends this solution. The people that you have that you have saved up within a 500-meter radius, it sends a solution straight to them ASAP. Thank you.
Hello? Okay, yeah. Alright, thank you very much. I think this is a beautiful solution. I would like you to run us through your pricing. I want to understand your pricing business. Yeah, so the 1,500 naira is actually the monthly investment, but per moment, and we got this from the survey that was sent out that people actually want to be able to pay by use, and not like they have to. So the 1,500 is just monthly. It's just like health insurance that is there, so that if you're in danger and you do know that, we cannot be asking you to at that moment when you need help pay. So the 1,500 is there, and how much will be deducted per moment? If 500 naira can be deducted, okay, like when you just start, okay, and that response has been sent out. So out of the 1,500 is there, that's already taken out. So that's what we have for the business to consumers, the users and so.
So if I may add from what my brother said, the 1,500 is like an health insurance. Nobody plans for emergencies, like nobody prays for emergencies, but we have to plan for emergencies. So that is why we came up with a 1,500 plan that helps you subscribe on a monthly basis just to save your future.
Okay, so if I get you correctly, you've not decided how much per use.
No, besides, that was a 1,500.
No, it's not the 1,500. It's like we don't actually decide by saying as much as it could be 500 naira, because like we thought of the 1,500 because we looked at, okay, what's the average that someone can pay for monthly insurance, so the amount per tapping for what's got, or it's going to be deducted from whatever you have. Thank you very much. So what happens when one is out of money in the account? Can the person use it in emergency situation? If you have used your money, you know that you have used your money. You have not. I'm just asking, just for money.
So in a case where there is no money, I personally have a health insurance, and if there is no money, I can't access health care. It's just that simple. If there is no money, you can't access safety insurance. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know. Personally, I have maybe a bias against the word safety insurance, because if you want to use the word insurance, you will have to look through all kinds of insurance. Yes, we've captured that potentially, and we had planned that as a group. We are going to partner with insurance companies on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think this was really, really interesting. If you could go back to the slides of your scale-up or expansion plans. There was a slide on your plans to scale to 1,000 users and 10,000 users.
Okay. That's for the users. Yes, the growth target.
So a little bit about advice and also question. So I see some very ambitious growth numbers, which is good. But I think where you need to start from is a pilot phase. So they need to validate that this works very well, give you the kind of scenario that you're looking for. So typically in emergency, you can't really figure out how you will respond in an emergency. And that makes the difference because what you simulate now will be completely different when somebody is about to be kidnapped. So I think you need to simulate a real-life scenario, pilots, to really validate all of these concepts. And that will sort of help you to think about what specific features that you should be doing. But I know the idea about the determine, the triple determine, I think that is good. One question separately I asked is also about reliability. When you sort of need answer it when you talk about sending the request to your friends and family in 500 languages. And of course, that would also be another question, right? Especially on parents. What if anybody is within 500 regions? But there's also a question of how reliable this is. If you send the request, will the person get it? And how do you know if the person has gotten the job request? Right? Of course, all of this is when you validate during the pilot. And I mentioned geolocation sending, which is really good. But I'm curious to know what technology you use to send the geolocation, because at the end of when the location says offline, then now you want to send geolocation. So maybe you could help me reconcile the two. And then there is also scalability as well. So I intend to scale this. Because Nigeria looks like a unified market, but it is also a unified market, different offshore, etc. The way this works now is different from this works in Lagos. So I'm also looking to see how you want to really make this interoperable in a particular city before you move to the next city. And on the pricing model, I think there's some clarity needed that you need to figure out. Insurance doesn't quite work for this, and also given the fact that incidents like this doesn't happen frequently, right? It happens on prepared for, so you can't use a pricing model that is dependent on a fixed event to sort of pay for something that you're not sure is going to happen. I don't know if you can do that. So I know there's a lot of things I've said, the feedback and question, but great work. Looking forward to your pilot success.
I'm interested in that geolocation.
So with our technical team, it's ambitious for we've always had that during our conversation, which is it can't work. So that's what we have different options of sending where we alert people. So one of them is the one I said, which is within 500 readers. Other one is actually sending SMS message, no charge SMS message to your family and friends that you register. So this is an alert system. Basically, we're just trying to alert someone else beyond you that, oh, I'm in trouble, and so that they are informed that something is happening somewhere. And with being offline, it's the way we made that funny thing, like, if you decide to be offline or switch off your location, you are saying you don't want to be found. I hope I do something so that we have that. So online for the geolocation.
Good morning. Nice presentation. My issue is around your solution and value proposition. It's not really clear how you intend to solve the problem you are trying to fix.
As I said when I said we are an alert system. It's just like a fire alert system. We are trying to alert.
So you said something around sending signals to how it looks like.
500 meters.
500 meter radius. So it's still not clear to me. Are you sending it to a contact on the app or contact on your phone? Are you sending it to security agencies? And
I have tried to communicate that it's a two-way thing. So there's a place on the solution where you actually register. So it's not that you send it to contacts that are only within that 500 meter. We have the SMS that sent to their SMS. So that can be sent to them even outside, the WhatsApp. So as I said, it's an alert system that alerts, your family and friends that, I'm in trouble and something is wrong with me. If they know, if they were aware of where you were, or where you were going to, or something, if you have shared that information, they're not
so your target audience, is it for rural or urban areas?
people in the city.
Just people in the city.
Yeah, for now, because they're the ones that get carried away by this one chance.
Okay, so just to wrap up, right? For the SMS, it simply means it doesn't come with an exact location or is it programmed to give them information on where that incident is happening and how they're able to track. Just to also add, chances are that your contacts, right? For my contacts, are probably not with their phones or don't get the message. So I think in terms of scalability, just like you mentioned, you should think of partnering with bodies who can actually address it at that point. So if there's like a fire issue, the idea is that it goes to the fire service or something so that it can be readily addressed. But I think I want to also get an insight on, for the SMS option, right? How do they not get an insight on where I am and all of that?
Well, as I said, the location is actually what takes information on you. So you're online, we have captured the information where you are, and we're able to send that alert through the alert system. So that is captured. And
It's an offline, so that's the idea of the free SMS.
as I said, it's two-way. So when you're sending the SMS, if you're offline, sorry.
Permit me to ask, do you have any users?
No, we don't have users because this is not yet right. This is a prototype. I wanted to say that thing that you said about the agency. We actually have a part of